Charles, I haven't seen you up this early in months.
Well, perhaps it's because I haven't had a good reason to be.
You're excited about Hollister Mall opening, aren't you?
Excited hardly covers it. You know, Hollister Mall is the phoenix for Charles Carpenter. A new life out of ashes, prosperity out of near financial ruin. Do you know that just about a year ago, practically everybody was lining up to put nails into my coffin, and now look at me, I'm back on top again. Oh, nothing could match the satisfaction I'm feeling right now.
Nothing? Not even having a new wife by your side?
Nancy, you know how much I'm looking forward to our wedding.
But you've given it hardly any attention so far, Charles.
Well, but in the light of the intense preparation that I've given to the opening in the mall, I'm certain that you can understand that, can't you? Well, you do, don't you?
Well, yeah, but I just feel like I've been taking a back seat in your life lately.
Well, as soon as all this business with the mall settles down, why, then I'll be freer to concentrate on us.
Oh, I'll be so glad of that. Hey, do you know what happens in 2 days?
No, what?
Your divorce from Helen is final.
Oh, so soon?
So soon? Charles, it seems like it's been an eternity. I don't know. Well, this will be the last obstacle out of the way anyway. Unless, of course, Webster comes up with some other reason why we can't get married.
Yes, I must speak to him about that.
I swear, if I didn't know that you had spoken to him already, I would think that he was just playing one of his games with us again.
Well, I admit that he can be a little obnoxious, but he served me well. Very well in some matters.
Well, his worth certainly seems to escape me. You know what I've been thinking?
No, what?
Well, you know, I've been making a big deal about having a church wedding and a big splash and all that. But when it comes right down to it, how it's done isn't as important to me as that it is done.
Nancy, what are you trying to say?
Well, I'm just saying that I just want to be Mrs. Charles Carpenter more than anything else in the world, and I don't think you realize that.
Of course I do.
Well, the ceremony, if you don't want to have a big one, well, that's fine. The heck with it. We'll have a small one. Who cares? It's just that we're together till death do us part.
That's very generous of you.
Well, I just wanted to tell you that anyway.
Nancy, I will give it proper consideration, but not today. Today, there are many more important things to consider.
Well, we ready to get to work?
Oh, no. Come on, Tab.
Now, Nancy, shame on you. Say that'll hurt my little feelings.
Charles, do I have to?
Well, if you're serious about getting better, yes, I think I suggest you do. Now, this is not being sent to bed without any television punishment, for heaven's sake.
That's right. You got a strenuous day ahead of you with the opening and so forth, and this therapy can only help.
All right, okay.
About today. Now, I've already impressed on you the significance that the opening of the mall is going to represent on the business community. And beginnings are very important. That's why nothing must tarnish the Carpenter name. If we made the wrong move today, why, we're risking the loss of hundreds of thousands, perhaps even millions of dollars. And I'm sure that none of us would want that.
Okay, get you something? Coffee, maybe?
No, no thanks.
Well, make yourself comfortable.
Thank you. I think I will. Actually, I came by to see if you'd care to accompany me to the opening of Hollister Mall this afternoon?
Oh, well, I'd love to, but I'm taking the boss's daughter. Oh, excuse me. At least she's the builder's daughter, anyway.
Oh, Marianne again. You don't expect her this early, do you?
No, not really, but we were going to kind of make a day out of it, sort of get some lunch and have maybe a picnic. And why am I telling you all this?
Beats me, but I'm a willing audience.
Nosy is more like it.
Curious. What's the story with you two, anyway?
We're friends.
Russ.
Good friends.
Lovers?
No. Well, not yet, anyway.
I don't know what it is about you that attracts innocence.
Maybe it's my own innocence, huh?
That's something you haven't had in a long time, my boy.
Maybe.
Well, anyway, you be careful with this one. There's something about her that...
Yeah, well, I'm giving it a good shot. Although her brother isn't helping matters much.
Is it you in particular that he objects to, or is he just being protective of her in general?
Both.
Well, that type can be fun to deal with.
Yeah, I know.
What about Becky?
What about her?
You heard from her?
No. Now ask me if I care.
No, I think I'll skip that line of question.
Smart decision. In fact, why don't we skip that subject altogether from now on, okay?
If you like.
I like.
Close the door and don't look back. Maybe it's a smart decision. Anyway, you seem to have a good hold on your future, assistant administrator of the hospital. I approve. And I hope things do work out for you and this Prescott girl.
So, why don't you just change your mind and come along with me?
Oh, gee, thanks. I'd really love to, but now I better just stay here.
It's Ronnie again, huh?
What?
He's got you scared.
What makes you say that?
Well, your looks. Now listen, Ione keeps telling us that we have to overcome things like fear and doubt every day.
Yeah, for sure. That's one fear I'd like to overcome. For good.
Okay, I understand. Tell you what, when I get back, I will give you a full and detailed report of everything that happened, including and especially what Miss Nancy did.
Oh, that's right. This is her big day, isn't it? I mean, I can just see her now. She's going to be hanging onto your old man's arm so tight that they won't need to have anybody push her wheelchair. He'll just kind of drag her along as he goes, you know.
I know. I wish he'd just order her to stay home.
I'll tell you what, if you want, I know how to make sure that this date with your father will be your last one.
Oh, wait, how could we really prove that she's faking in front of all those people?
Ain't you been listening to me? I mean, it'll be perfect. Even your father will have to believe it when she stands up on the 6 o'clock news. Look, just hear me out. This plan cannot fail.
Hi.
I'm sorry.
What happened to this romantic day we were supposed to spend together, huh?
Oh, don't even ask.
Okay, I won't.
No, I'm sorry. Would you believe I wanted to call you? I just never found the chance.
Well, seeing as how you didn't, yes, I would believe it. Well, do I get a kiss hello or what?
Well, let's see if at least I can do that right.
Yep. You can still do that right.
Well, my, don't we look nice?
Well, that goes double for you. Now tell me what your problem is.
There he is.
Who?
Gil. Who
Oh, now don't
else?
tell me what I think you're going to tell me.
Russ, he's still on probation. I have to chauffeur him around.
I asked you not to tell me that.
Look, Dad just called a while ago. He can't make it to the opening of Hollister Mall, so he asked Gil to represent him. No, I couldn't say no.
You could have told him to take a taxi. All right, I'm coming already. I'm coming. Jeez.
So is Christmas.
Ha-ha.
Not bad, Weaver. But I expected your interior decorating to be more on the line of Nouveau Gestapo.
Gil.
Well, actually, I had something a little different in mind, but the sales lady told me that she'd sold everything that was cheap and plastic and artificial to you.
Well, aren't you going to say, Russ?
Look, you two, circumstances have forced us to spend the better part of the day together, so why don't we try to make the most of it?
Gil was more to do with this than just circumstances did.
Oh, yeah. And the better part of my day ended when I walked through that door.
Hey, that same door can take you right back out again, sport.
Yeah, it can take me out too, which is exactly what I'm going to do if you two don't stop it. Now, I want you to put an end to this fighting.
You know, I'd like to put an end to a certain thing.
No, I mean it. Now, stop it.
For you, Marianne.
Gil.
Oh, you know I could never say no to you. Did you do that?
Yeah.
And when did you find time to do that?
Over the course of many leisurely spent evenings.
Oh, really?
Well, do you like it?
Yeah, it's good. Really good.
Thank you.
Shows how good of an artist you are. Flatters you. I mean, imagine she was able to capture a very reasonable likeness without showing any of your defects.
Oh.
Vince.
Great day for making a fortune, wouldn't you say, Charles?
Yes, come in.
Sure, you expected to see me today?
Well, I did at the ceremony, but not here.
Certainly not the kind of a place I would expect to see the elegant Charles Carpenter living in.
Well, it has a certain charm.
They would have to. Did they come with a house, or do you have to pay extra for those?
I think that's enough. Tab, why don't you take Nancy upstairs and so she'll have time to get ready.
Oh, nonsense, Charles. I have plenty of time. Besides, I'd love to stay and chat.
I said go upstairs. Tab? What can I do for you, Vince?
What makes you think I want anything?
The fact that you're here says so.
Well, you mind?
If you must.
I must. Actually, Charles, I came to check up on a couple of things.
Such as?
Such as how are things going for this afternoon?
Well, if you mean, do I think that the ceremonies are going to go without a hitch, the answer is yes. I oversaw the preparations myself.
Well, now, those are hardly words to inspire confidence, Charles.
Oh, Vince, your support is overwhelming.
You have my support where you need it the most, in the bank.
As you are so fond of telling me, and so frequently, too. You know, why shouldn't you be in a much better mood than you are? As a major stockholder, this marks the beginning of certainly an opportunity for you to really increase your investment.
Perhaps. But if you don't mind, I'll withhold my congeniality until after the bank balance arises.
Well, other than checking up on the festivities, why else did you... Oh, that's it, isn't it? You're upset because you were excluded.
Hardly.
Well, I guess it can be arranged, but frankly, I didn't include you based on what you said earlier. Would you like to be seated on the podium?
No, Charles. I picked you to be involved with Hollister Mall for this very day. You are the perfect podium sitter, a talent which I confess eludes me. No, Charles, you have a way of making absolutely nothing appear a great deal better than almost anyone else I know.
Mm-hmm. You know, I think I'm going to treasure that compliment for the rest of my life.
The cripple is a nice touch, too, Charles. It's good for public relations, shacking up with the handicapped. No, actually, I wanted to see you today about something else. I want to set up a meeting with you afterwards.
For what purpose?
To discuss our mysterious investor, the person who gave you a $100,000 vote of confidence.
Yes, yes. Just exactly who is he?
That, my dear Charles, you will learn at the meeting.
What are you doing?
We're behind closed doors, doll. No need to pretend.
But will you put me in my wheelchair, please?
Hey, trust me. No one's hiding in the closet.
Don't play games with me. Just put me down.
Sorry.
Ow, you hurt me.
Tell it to the judge.
How can you be so foolish when you know that Charles is just downstairs and could walk in any minute?
Well, if he does, just claim that you've had a religious experience. Then he'll have you live with that fanatic Miriam.
Look, you can joke all you want to, but I'm not about to blow this whole thing because of your little games. I've worked too hard, you understand?
All right. Don't beat it to death, will you? I hear where you're coming from.
Well, I certainly hope so, because remember, without me, you've got nothing.
I said all right already.
Now, if you don't mind, I'd like to get dressed.
I think it'd be kind of fun. I enjoy watching you get dressed.
Get out of here, or I swear I'll...
You
just-
swear what? What are you going to do? Remember, Nancy, I hold the trump card.
If you don't behave yourself, Charles could walk in any minute. Now, will you please leave?
Well, actually, I have to get dressed anyway.
Oh, please, don't let me stop you.
It's been real.
Just give me one good reason why not.
Because I don't want to.
But it's perfect.
Yes, that's what you said last time about hiding in the closet and taking those silly pictures.
Yeah, well, it worked, didn't it?
I'm not interested in going over any more plans. But have you seen my purse?
Yeah, it's over there on top of the piano. Don't you see, though, the beauty of this plan is that it cannot fail.
I am not listening.
All you have to do is lean over a wheelchair, real friendly, like you're going to kiss or something, you know, and then just jab her in the leg with a needle, a pin.
Babs, that is stupid.
Well, maybe, but it's to the point. Get it? To the point?
Yes, I get it. And what would people think about me if I do a silly thing like that?
Oh, don't be a party pooper.
Look, if you keep going on like this, I just won't even go, and that's probably Harold now.
You got to admit, it's pretty foolproof.
Not today, not under these circumstances.
Let me remind you, Miriam, that you don't have a whole lot of time left.
Come on in, Harold.
Yeah, hey, ma'am. Don't have a whole lot of time left to do what?
Hi, sweetie. She doesn't have a whole lot of time left. to
Never mind, all right? All we need to do is get my hat here.
You need a pin to put it on?
No, I don't think I need a pin to put it on. There. Shall we go now?
Absolutely. My only regret is that I will not be escorting two lovely ladies to this event.
You're a doll, Harold. But this is probably for the best anyway.
We'll give you a full report. And don't forget, this is the safest place for you to stay.
Yeah, I know. I just hope you have something exciting to tell me about.
Don't hold your breath.
I put a pin in your purse just in case you change your mind.
Oh, well, I guess maybe we'd better go so that we're not late. Tab?
Yes?
Nancy's ready now. You can carry her downstairs.
Oh, yes, sir.
I'm going to take one more look at my speech.
My. Such a vision of loveliness.
It's impossible to have a private conversation around here, isn't it?
Yeah, you're right. But you know, he's not going to be the envy of every man there. I am. Want to know why? Because I happen to own you personally. And don't you ever forget it.
So, today, welcome to... A winner, if I do say so myself, an absolute winner.
Charles, do we have time for happy hour?
Well, no, not really, but I was just trying to calm my nerves a little.
Nerves? Oh, come on. I've never seen you look so dashing and self-assured.
Well, thank you. But still, I'm just a little apprehensive.
Well, now you just put those thoughts right out of your head. You've worked so hard for this day, and we're going to enjoy it.
You're right.
Charles, couldn't I have a little drink before we leave?
I don't see why not.
Tab, why don't you adjust the seat back a little bit further in the car when you stick the wheelchair in, okay? That's a good fellow. Honestly, I think he thinks he's part of the family sometimes.
There we are.
I want to propose a toast to the most successful man in Kingsley, the most exciting man I know, my future husband, Mr. Charles Carpenter.
And I would like to propose a toast to Charles Carpenter, a man not to be taken lightly, a man who frequently keeps silent, and one who keeps his eyes open to what's going on around him.
give a warm welcome, if you will, ladies and gentlemen, to our distinguished guests here on the podium. To my left, we have Mary Ann and Gil Prescott. They represent their father, Mr. Jason Prescott, who unfortunately couldn't be with us today. But as you know, Mr. Prescott is the man who built this lovely mall. And to my right sits Mr. Charles Carpenter, one of the leading citizens of our fair town. He is, as you know, well, the man behind the mall, so to speak. He is accompanied by... Well, anyway, let's make welcome Mr. Charles Carpenter.
Mayor, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen of the press, citizens of Kingsley. A wise man once said, surplus wealth is a sacred trust which its possessor is bound to administer in his lifetime for the good of the community. Now, I stand before you today a richer man, not because of what Hollister Mall represents to me financially, but I see reflected in your faces what Hollister Mall means to Kingsley. A revitalized downtown, a source of civic pride, a symbol that says to the world that it is cities like Kingsley that make America great. Thank you.
Now, Mr. Mayor, if you will assist me here. Well, be careful with these things, Carpenter. I'm, shall we say, rather attached to these figures. You okay? You look like you've seen a ghost.